many of you here today have a pet that is not spayed or neutered? Today I will be speaking to you about spaying and neutering your pets. According to the American Humane Association, every year in the U.S., an estimated 6 to 8 million lost, abandoned, or unwanted dogs and cats enter animal shelters. Approximately 3 to 4 million of these animals must be euthanized due to overpopulation. Often, these animals are offspring of cherished family pets. Spay and neuter is a proven way to reduce pet overpopulation, ensuring that every pet has a family to love them. Today, I hope to convince you that spaying and neutering your pets will decrease animal overpopulation and can reduce the likelihood of your pet attracting medical disorders related to the reproductive system. First, I want to discuss what spaying and neutering is. According to the Complete Home Veterinary Guide, spaying involves the surgical removal of ovaries and uterus from an intact female dog or cat. Females are normally spayed around the age of 6 months before their first heat cycle. According to the Complete Home Veterinary Guide, neutering, also known as castration, involves the surgical removal of the testicles from an intact male dog or cat. In general, neutering can be performed as early as 6 months of age. Where can you find a spay or neuter clinic? According to the article Pet Problems, low-cost spaying and neutering can be obtained throughout many communities. Contact your local veterinarian, SPCA, or Humane Society to find the nearest low-cost spay and neuter clinic near you. Spaying and neutering your pets aids in decreasing animal overpopulation. In reference to the American Humane Association, many people fail to spay and neuter their pets, who then reproduce, creating enormous numbers of kittens and puppies. Only 10% of animals received by animal shelters are spayed or neutered. You may ask, how can one pet make such an impact? According to the American Humane Association, just one unaltered female dog and her offspring can produce 67,000 puppies in only 6 years. In 7 years, one female cat and her offspring can produce an incredible 370,000 kittens. Here is an example of how one female cat can contribute to animal overpopulation. In just 16 months, one cat can produce 52 offspring. How does overpopulation affect you? Well, according to the article Domestic Animal Overpopulation, the one-time cost of spaying and neutering is far lower than the expenses associated with animal overpopulation. Catching, feeding, and caring for unwanted animals costs taxpayers millions of dollars each year, as do adoption and education programs. Additional costs are generated by euthanizing and disposing of animals that do not get adopted. It is estimated to cost U.S. taxpayers $2 billion a year to impound, shelter, euthanize, and dispose of homeless animals. Is this how you want your tax dollars to be spent? There are a variety of benefits for spaying and neutering your pet. According to the article, sterilized dogs tend to live longer. Dogs that reproduce die sooner. Research has determined the average age of death for intact dogs is 7.9 years versus 9.4 years for sterilized dogs. According to the Dog Owner's Home Veterinary Handbook, spaying your pet reduces the risk of obtaining mammary gland tumors, also known as breast cancer, by more than 90% and eliminates the risk of developing uterine cancer. In reference to the Complete Home Veterinary Guide, spaying your pet can be used as a behavioral modification tool to calm excited or overly aggressive pets. Here's an example of a mammary gland tumor. As you can see in the picture, this particular dog has several tumors. In personal experience, I've had a pet that has had a mammary gland tumor. She was not spayed until she was around 5 years old, and it resulted in us having to take her to the vet, and she had to have it removed and biopsied, and it cost nearly $600. But gratefully, it was benign. Benefits of neutering your pet. According to the Dog Owner's Home Veterinary Handbook, neutering your pet prevents testicular cancer, as well as protecting against most prostatic cancer. In reference to the Complete Home Veterinary Guide, neutered males are less territorial, friendlier with other dogs and cats, and are less likely to roam. Today, I have described how spaying and neutering your pet is the only way to guarantee 100% sterility. Examined how spaying and neutering your pet aids in decreasing animal overpopulation and prevention of reproductive-related medical disorders. According to the American Humane Association, there are nearly 70,000 dogs and cats born into the U.S. every day. Each year, anywhere from 6 to 8 million cats and dogs enter the nation's pet shelter system. Of those, 4 million, many of which are healthy and adoptable, end up being euthanized. To put the number in starker terms, one pet is put down every 2 seconds in a typical 40-hour workweek. A solution is possible and begins with each of us getting our pets spayed or neutered. Will you do your part in decreasing animal overpopulation by having your pet spayed or neutered?